All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to XTEN-AV's first webinar. All right. So we have more than 50 attendees right now, and more are joining. Most of you have registered and probably started using our product. I will still tell you, we are the first company and the only company in AV space who have the software where you can design end-to-end AV solutions. Myself, my name is Sahil. I am the co-founder along with my partner Vip, who is also here on the call. We both will be conducting this webinar. As you can see on my screen, these are the things. This is the flow of the webinar, where we'll show you how to basically use this platform. The little tricks, the features, all of that. We will take any questions at the end of the webinar. We expect to cover everything in about 45 minutes. And we are recording this, so anything you miss out or anything you want to take a look again, we will share this recording with all the attendees after the call. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Actually, I see more people joining, so let's just give us a couple more minutes, just in case people are a couple minutes late, and then we'll start.
Hello, everyone. While we are waiting for more people to join in, so I just take a couple of questions. Someone just mentioned that I can't find my mute button in my UI. So right now, by default, the audio for all the attendees is on mute. So if you have a question, you can send that in the chat section to us. And we'll be taking questions, like Sahil mentioned, towards the end of the webinar. We can stay as long as you want, and we will try and take as many questions which are there. Right, thank you.
All right, let's get started. So like I said, this is the workflow of the webinar. Now we will go to the platform. So once you log in, this is your dashboard. Very extensive, but very neat. This is your project funnel, which will show you the various projects that are going on in your company. I'm currently logged in as an admin, so I'm able to see projects and designs of all my team, including, of course, myself. So there's a split by the dollar amount and various stages your projects are in. On the top here, these are all clickable cards. So once you click on something, it will actually take you to that page and give you that information. So this is my entire team's project. So that's 27 projects, 14 proposals, 79 total team designs, and 182 drawings. On the right side here, it's my recent design that I've been working on. Right here at the bottom, we have projects closing this month, by what date you set for procurement, and here's recent proposals. So this is basically your dashboard slash some little CRM project management features included, everything. Towards the left on this bar, we have all these navigations. Add your own BOM, specification search, proposals. We're going to get into these at a later stage. So all projects. So when you click on all projects, so like I said, currently I'm logged in as an admin. It will show you projects of my own with a combination of projects of my team, plus any projects that have been shared with me. And then if I go to my projects, it will show only the projects that I have created or I have worked on. And shared with me will show you the projects that my team has shared with me. Similarly, all the drawings that I've done, all accounts, basically you can create accounts for your clients, like, CRM features. And all contacts, again, similarly, you can create your own contacts. Recent is the recent projects you have worked on. Trivia and tutorials, it will take you to these cards. These are all clickable. It's basically gives you a guided tours, how to do things, basic things here. And there are some explanatory videos that we have. Brands, we have more than 2,300 AV brands on our platform, and here are some of the popular ones. Support and feedback. So there's two ways of getting support from us or giving us any feedback about our platform. First one is you send your query here with the name, email, issue, URL, any details. Either do that, or we have a fabulous chat support here. You click here and do a live chat with us. So these are the two ways. Now we move on to how we create a project. So you can see here, it's fairly simple. I click here and it's a two-step process, just creating a project. Project name, let's just say first webinar meeting group. Client name, XTEN-AV, United States. Select your vertical if you want. Any description you like. Next, enter your budget. Let's just say 100,000. Initial stage, let's just say initial briefing. Start date, let's say today's date. Procurement date, let's just say 13th. And submit. So your project is created. It's like a folder is created. Now these are the templates we have. Huddle room, classroom, meeting room, tunnel, cafeteria, network rooms, auditorium, video walls, sports bar, lounge, retail, hotel, and PAs are under development. They should be coming up soon. So you want to start, create a design. You click here. Let's just say I want to do a meeting room. Name your design. And here you see number of designs. It's basically, you have multiple rooms, the same design. You can increase the count here to whatever you want. Now there's two ways of making a design. First one is a VIXA-based questions and answers. So divided in 4 different sections. We have general video audio control. Basically each section has some subsections, and there's a few questions we ask you. You tell us your preferences, what you're trying to do, and on the fly, you select products from our extensive database of more than 200,000 AV products and over 2,300 AV brands. You do that, you prepare a bill of material, and then all the documents that we advertise we have, bill of material, line schematics, rack layout, and all that. 7 different documents will be generated for you automatically based on your selections. And second one is add your own BOM. Basically, you bring your own BOM and upload that, search that on our portal and add your equipment, and we'll have that generated for you. We'll get into that later. So I'll show you how to create a design right now with the Q&A flow. So here. So this is your project page. You can see here, there's action buttons on the right side. Add design, you could add more design here. So this one is, it will create a similar design structure right here next to it. Add your own BOM. Under the same project, you could create project with Q&A flow and add your own BOM. Edit project, you want to edit any details about this project. Update stage. View call, basically, your call log to the client that you have saved here on our platform. Create proposal, we'll get into that later. Delete, basically to delete this. Now coming to the design, clicking on start will start the design. Deleting, of course, will delete it. There's more options here, which we will get into that later when they're enabled. So let's click start. All right, like I said, there's 4 tabs here: general, video, audio, and control. As you can see right now, if you hover over, all these sections are incomplete. All sections need to be completed before you move to the next one. So this needs to be completed, general, before I move to video, and so on. So here are some standard questions in general. Let's just say the length of your meeting room, because that's what we started. Let's just say, and we have feet and meters, so let's just say 30 feet, width 20, height 12, seating capacity, say 10, seating pattern rectangular. My number of video sources, so laptops, let's just say 2 laptops, 1 desktop, 1 Blu-ray, 1 streaming device, 1 document camera. VGA is pretty much obsolete, but we still give you an option for some legacy systems. Let's just put 1 and hit continue. As you can see, when I hit continue, it automatically moved to video section. And if you hover over it, general, it says section complete. So now here you can see in video section, there are a lot of subsections. And when they are completed, it will show completed. So you go with this flow, say select your room orientation is the first question. So you select your room orientation, you click next, and the second subsection will expand. You need a large format display. Yes, we do. Also here, if there's an option that you're not sure what it's about, we have these tooltips everywhere where you hover over on this eye. So it tells you what this option means. So it's asking you purpose of display, general viewing, you hover over, it shows video conferencing, watching videos. And this one includes the presentation stuff. Also, if you move up here, you see these breadcrumbs. So these are basically this is your navigation. So if you want to move back to anything, so we're under that project, under this design, and we're doing a meeting room. So this stays this way across the platform. Also, it makes navigation fairly easy. So continuing with this, let's click general viewing. Where do you want to put your display? Front walls. The resolution you want, let's just say I want 4K. So now you have list of brands that we have on our platform. So you can select one or multiple. Let's just say Samsung, Sony, Sharp. And then you click find products. So it's going to dive into our extensive database, and according to your selections, it's going to find products. So once you click find products, as you can see here, and like I mentioned, everything we have on our platform is a VIXA standard. So according to VIXA standard, it says a display size of 92 inches is ideal for your room size. The nearest one we have available in your chosen brands on our platform is 98 inches. So you can see it pulled up these displays. So you could pick a VIXA suggested size, or if you want to choose your own size, you could do that. Click select size, and let's just say I want between 60 to 70 inches. I click that and click show more. There's a lot of options. Let's just say I want to go with this one. Select, specify the quantity, 1, and add to BOM. So you can see here, this is your bill of material. This has been added to your bill of material. So now, since this webinar is more about getting the overview of the whole platform and not building.
Yeah, Sahil, let me just give some light on a couple of other things which are there, which I think will be of interest for the users. Is once you see the products which have been pulled from our database, what you see basically is the MSRP pricing in here, and then you also get an I button, which basically, if you press this button, it will either take you to the tech sheet of this particular product or on the web page. So you can just click on it and it will just pull up a different web page. So that's an easy way to find out more information about these products. And if you're subscribed to a business plan, then you can upload your custom pricing or the price sheets of all the products which you'd like on this platform. And instead of seeing the MSRP, then you'll be able to see your own dealer price. Right. Yes, you can just go ahead now.
All right. Thank you, Web. All right. So like I was saying that we're not focusing on creating end-to-end design on this webinar, since we will have a detailed one later for that. What I will do is I will take you to an existing project and we will go over that one to save time. All right, so I'm just gonna pull one of my existing projects. Okay, so here, this is an existing project that I have. So now, since it's a completed project, I have view options. So if you click view, it's gonna show you all the documents that were generated when we did this design. I can quickly show you how it looks. So this is how it looks. Going back, delete, of course, was there. And you could download the bill of material from here if you want in Excel or PDF. You can create a proposal specifically for this design, or you want to edit any details. Another important feature is replicate design. So what you could do is, if there are some design that you regularly do, so you could save them in a project and use it like a template. Not our templates that we have, but you can have your own template as a design. And whenever you want to do that similar design, you replicate this across any other project. So here, let's just say anything, and see these are my existing projects that I have. You can just replicate into any other project and make your changes and just take it from there. All right, so so I will go into edit mode of this design, which will take me to that page where we had all the sections, and all my selections you'll see are, all my answers are saved, all my selections are saved here. So like I said, in general, you could see everything was saved here. All sections, if you hover over, they're complete. In video, you see all these subsections are complete in green. Similarly, it's for audio. Control, you see everything's completed, all the products were selected, and here's a complete bill of material for that one. All right, so when you're actually doing the project and you're done with all these sections, they all show complete. You come here and you hit this magic button, generate design. Right, just wait, okay. So here's all the documents that you're gonna need from our platform that we generate for you automatically within minutes. All right, so here's first one is the bill of material, which you just saw. What you could do is you could view the bill of material here on our platform. Let me go back. You could edit this bill of material right here on the cloud, so you don't have to download local copies and edit every time. You can edit anything line by line and save it, as you can see. Or if you want to add any item, you could click here, search and add. So let's say any, so this will pull from our database. Let's just say I'm selecting this, add to BOM. So here I could save changes and it will be added to my bill of material, or you could add any custom item from here. So let's just say there's something that you don't find in our database, or any passive item like cable, bracket, mount, anything. You could click add custom item and add that. All right. All right, the second one is automated line schematics. I'm sorry. You could also download the bill of material in Excel and PDF, fairly simple. Second one, the heart of our product is automated line schematics. We have line schematics in both Avixa symbols and our own symbols. The reason is Avixa symbols are a little outdated. They're working on updating those. A lot of people don't like those, so we show you the Avixa standard and give you the flexibility at the same time to use our own symbols, which are better. So we'll show you those. As you can see, highly professional line schematics generated for you automatically. So with all the port details, all the cable labeling, everything. Now, this could be 100% correct, 100% accurate, but maybe that's not your style. Maybe that's not how you do it. Maybe your company does it a little differently. Not a problem. We have our own editing tool. So what you could do is go into edit mode and do whatever you want to do with it. So you could draw, you can move stuff around. You want to draw connections, you could draw connections, you can delete connections, you can move this up and down, whatever you want to do. And here you have your own branding here that also you could edit. And you could save this, export this in all these formats, including PDF, Microsoft Visio, and even AutoCAD. So that's
and Sahil, once you've made any changes, you have to remember to click on save to make sure that the changes you make to the drawing are saved. So we just had a question that someone said, is everything pretty much non-volatile? What could be lost with web connections, etc.? So I'll just answer this question. So everything in the questionnaire flow gets saved automatically once you complete a section. So you don't have to hit save anywhere. You just have to make sure that once you have added a product into your bill of material, that section gets saved automatically. So all your answers will also be saved automatically. But if you have not chosen the product and added to your bill of material, then it will not be saved. So in case there's a loss in connection, you can just come back and view the same design, go in the edit mode, and all your connections will be saved. All right, so I'll take the next question, Jim, towards the end of it. So let's just finish the webinar first, and I'll just tell you how to add a USB extender.
All right, so we move on to the next document, which is the automated signal flow diagram. Salespeople love this. So give it a second. All right, so our code actually crops all these pictures of actual equipment most of the time, and our code makes these connections very clean. Now, it's not worth your designer's time to doing this, or your company's money into paying a designer to do this. Here, you can get it within minutes. This also is completely editable. You can modify as much as you like. You can delete pictures, add your own pictures, however you like it. All right, next one is automated rack layout. So we also show you how your rack elevations are gonna look like. As you can see this also, you can modify however you like. We have this edit tool right here. Next one is automated cable schedule. You can view it, download in Excel and PDF. Basically, we tell you a VIXA standard, all your cable labeling. So these are the cable IDs that we use with source device, destination device, your source and destination port, cable type, and signal type. Next one is automated ceiling speaker layout. So if you have ceiling speakers in your design, we will show you the coverage pattern. So right here, so we have 6 speakers with edge to center coverage with a coverage angle of 110 degrees. So it's also a VIXA standard. Next one is scope of work document. So everything we talked about during creation of the design, and technologies we use, the equipment we used, it's all been documented here for you automatically, as you can see right here. So you don't have to write it. Your salespeople or anyone who's generating quote don't have to write all this. And this also you can modify as much as you like. You can write anything here. All right, and of course you can delete anything here. So that. Next one is proposal. Proposal we will be covering in a little bit, but I'll still show you how it looks like. This is how a proposal looks like. So everything from bill of material gets imported here. Scope of work document gets populated here. We'll get to this in a little bit. All right. So after this, we'll show you one more thing. All right. So the next one is, like I said, another way of doing a design is add your own BOM. So basically, if you have an existing bill of material, let's do that. So if you have an existing bill of material, you search and add that on our portal. So this is where you search and add. And I'll give this over to Vib. He's going to show you how this works. Before we do that, this is currently in beta mode right now. It's because there's like a million products out there, and you might be looking for a product that we might not have, or we might have it, but we might not have all the port details. We're adding more and more products every day. So this should get better and better every day. Passing this over to you, Vib.
Right. Yeah, so this is a really powerful tool, add your own bomb. And this is what our future is going to be, because we basically want all our users to be able to just put in any products in here and just get their drawings and documents instantaneously. Well, having said that, there are millions of products out there. To be able to produce an automatic drawing, we need to have all the specification, all the port information for all those products which are out there. So that's why we've kept it in beta mode at the moment. And what we're trying to do is add more and more products. So there are users who are putting in their price sheets along with all the products which they need. So the best way to make sure that this works for you is upload all the pricing. I mean, all the products which you regularly use, just upload them on our portal, and we will manually add all those products out of your list, which is not on our platform. And by doing that, we'll ensure that all the products which you're using to make your designs will always show up in your drawings. And then there is another way, which is basically by adding a custom item. So you can just click on add custom item, and you can enter the product which you'd like, which you couldn't find on the platform. We will get an alert that this product has been added by you. And within the next 24 to 48 hours, we will make sure the next time you log in, you try and search for that product, it will show up. So only the products which are which are being used by you, like an OFE, owner furnished equipment, a laptop or a furniture, or some of those passive items which does not make sense to be added in the entire database for all the users, will not be added. Anything you have from Crestron, Extron, or any of the big brands, any of the categories which are already on our platform will be added. Having said that, we are working on a way by which you should be able to save your custom items, and those will only show in your account. But that's a feature we are working on that should be up in next 4 to 6 weeks. All right, so those are the two ways right now to ensure that all the products which you are using will show up in the drawings instantaneously. First, you upload your product list. Second, you add them as a custom item. The best ways to make sure best way out of these two is to upload your pricing and the product list. That way, in one shot, we'll upload all the products to your account along with your pricing. All right, so having said that, what I'm going to do is, for all the users who haven't seen this feature yet, I'm going to do a small design for a meeting room from all the products which are already on our platform, for which we have the ports and the specification information. So let's do a small meeting room here. I'll add a few speakers, increase the quantities. Say I want 6 of them. Then I want an amplifier. Say a Lucci amplifier is there. Then I need microphones. So let's add Bear Dynamic gooseneck microphones. Let's increase the quantities of these as well. Let's add a DSP, Core 110F. You'll see how fast the search is. It's searching right now from 200,000 products, and it just pulls up instantaneously. Then I need a switching system, so I'm going to add an Extron SW switcher. And I need a display for my small meeting room, so I'm going to add a 48 inches display. And then I need a control system. So let's add a Crestron CP3 control system. And then I need a touch panel as well. So let's add a Crestron touch panel. So you can search by exact model numbers, or you can search starting with the brand name. So it will match the letters which you're typing, and it will pull up all the matching products from our database. All right, so now you will see that I have successfully added all the products in my bill of material here. And now there are few things to tell to the software before it can actually draw those drawings automatically for you. The first thing is you need to tell the control processor how it's going to control the different devices which are there in the room. So all you have to do is click on the properties button next to the control processor, and this form will show up. So you can put in the information here. And the other thing which you need to do is to tell the switcher of the devices which are going to be connected on the switcher and what is the connection type. So that's there. And you can also change the name of the devices which are here. It's totally editable. You can increase and decrease the number of ports which you'd like. And then if you have amplifiers and speakers, you need to tell which speakers are going on which channels of which amplifiers. So right now I just have one amplifier and 6 speakers. So I need to choose the speakers which are going on my 2 channels which I have. So that's one way of entering this information or editing this information. Or the other way is just search and add your products and click on generate design, and all these blocks will show up automatically for you. So let me just answer this now. A streaming device, I need a Blu-ray player. I hit save. I add my speakers, so I have 6 of them. As I got to know from the drop down, I just select them, hit save, and then it will automatically ask me for the control system. So let's add a switcher. I don't need a lighting device. Everything's on RS-232. You can choose different ports if you'd like to. So IR, and hit save. Now that's all you have to do. So if the product exists on our platform, and if we have the port information, the drawings will always be complete for you. And that is also part of the big challenge for us, to make sure that we have all the products in there. And that is where we need your help. That is where we need you to tell us which product should be in there, you to upload your product lists. And you will see that in next 2 to 3 months, it will become intelligent enough and we'll have enough data that we'll put this out of the beta mode, and it'll be, you can just then do any kind of drawings, any kind of designs. It'll save a lot of time. So as you can see, the line schematics, so you don't have to answer any questions to get the drawings. You just put in your products, and the similar drawings, which again are editable, are generated automatically for you. Now, I had a question. Someone asked that if I need to add a camera extender between the camera and my laptop or PC. That is a manual add at the moment. So this question was raised by Jim. So Jim, if you have a camera which needs a USB extender, that is a manual add at the moment. But again, the more you will tell us about these kind of information, the more we will optimize our algorithm. So I've already taken this feedback, and we're going to put this back into the system, into our algorithm. So more you people will use this, the better this system will get. Then I had one more question, which was, when I save as Visio, I lose, this was from Patrick. When I save as a Visio file, I lose all interconnecting lines. That is true, because there is some issue with Microsoft Visio integration for us. That's basically coming from the Microsoft side. So which you'll see here, if you click on Visio, that's what we basically tell you to do. So for better experience, please hide cable IDs before downloading file in Visio. To hide cable IDs, navigate to Format panel and check hide cable IDs. If you have already hidden cable IDs, please check OK. Okay, so what this basically means is that these cable IDs which you see here, these are the ones which Microsoft Visio does not like coming from our platform. And we are working to solve this issue. Because of this, you sometimes lose the interconnecting lines. So if you click on hide cable IDs, and it will just remove the cable IDs. I know cable IDs are important to be there in the line schematics, but that's what it is right now. So you just hide the cable IDs, go under Visio, and click on OK, and then it will download the Visio file for you. Click on download, and it should download the Visio file for you. Okay, so that was the answer for the Visio issue. And right, and like I said, if you're making any changes to the drawings here, please always remember to hit save here to make sure that you don't lose your work. If you've made any editing in the drawings here, please save it. It's a pretty extensive tool. You can make a lot of changes in the drawings. It can be used as a Microsoft Visio, which is online, and you can also print in different paper sizes right from here. So the tool is pretty extensive, and we have a lot of future upgrades planned for this. What we plan to is to showcase our roadmap for the next 3 to 4 months, which we'll publish on our website very soon. So you'll be able to know what all things are coming in the future. All right, so then everything else which you get in questionnaire method, you will get here as well: signal flow diagram, rack layouts, cable schedule, auto-generated cable schedule. We got feedback at Infocom that cable schedule, people were saying that they want to have their own convention of naming the cable IDs, and they want to add more columns in the cable ID section. So we've taken that feedback, we're working on it. So there should be a way by which you can have your own nomenclature for doing the cable IDs, and you should be able to add more columns in there, and then it'll make things easier for you. Then ceiling speaker layout and proposal. So again, as I said, there are, as Sahil said, basically there are 3 ways of doing proposals. So you can do proposals just by clicking on the proposals here. First thing it will do, it will pull up all the proposals which are there on your platform, which have been shared with you by your teammates and coworkers. So here you can just click on create proposal, and it will pull up the proposal page for you. So you don't have to go inside a project or inside a design. You can use XTEN-AV just as a proposal tool. So you'll see here you can add. So what basically you can do is you can search and add products, and from your existing design, and you can use a proposal tool. So that's the first way of doing the proposal, from making proposals. The second way is you go inside any project. So let's say I pull up this project here. So I can click on create proposal here, and all the designs which exist in this project, it can be multiple meeting rooms, it can be auditoriums, it can be huddle rooms. So it will do a combined proposal for all of these designs. So that's the second way of doing a proposal. And then the third way, which I'm going to explain in detail, is going inside inside a design. So let's say you just want to do a proposal for a particular design. Let's say I want to do it for Facebook meeting rooms. So you just go in here, click on more, and then do create proposal. All right, so now we are going to discuss the proposal tool in detail, what all things you can do on the proposal tool right now, and what all things we are planning to add based on the feedback we've got in less than 3 weeks of our launch. And we have already started work on the feedback which we've been getting from you guys. So yeah, so this is the proposal tool. Disclaimer, we didn't start as a proposal company. We started off as design and engineering software. And we added proposal towards the end because most of our beta users said that this will be a nice thing to have. So there's a lot of work which still needs to be done. But the best part is that this is an easy thing for us to do. And we've already started work on this, and we will do more and more customization based on the feedbacks which you're giving. Okay, so right now what you can do is, so you can change the background images. Just click on the edit button here. So you can change the background image. You can put your own logo. We're working on a way by which you can upload your logo in your profile section, and then it will automatically pull all your logos into your drawings and your proposals. So you don't have to upload logos every time. Right, and then you have your proposal information here about the client, and then about yourself. Just click on edit, and you'll get that information. You can put change that information in here. Then we have different sections. So there is a cover letter, which is there. Then we have a project description. So if you don't like if you don't want these sections, you can click on the delete button, and these will be taken out from the PDFs of the proposals which are generated. So if you want to make changes here, let's say you want to put in your company information in here, just click on the edit button, and you can just type in and put in your company information or any information that you'd like to provide to your client. And then hit save. Same goes for the project description. And then let's come to the most important section, which is the areas and items. So this is all the items from your design which you have created. So all the products will come up here automatically. There is a way by which you can add more products. Let's say you missed out on mounts, accessories such as cables and connectors, because those are the kind of things which you don't get on our platform at the moment. So you can search and add those products here. And if you still don't find them, you can add them as a custom item. Right, once you have added all the products in your in the item section, now you can this is your worksheet. So you'll see this is your worksheet. So this is where you can calculate your costs and what's your selling price and your labor is going to be for your customer. So there are basically two ways of doing this. So you can click, you can bulk edit all the sections. Just click on the settings wheel, the gear icon. So this is where you can do all the changes for all the items. So you can work in your currency if you want to do that. You know, it will convert the MSRP pricing in USD to your local currency based on the current day's exchange rate. And then you can put in your labor by percentage or by amount. So you can put in a percentage for labor for all the items. So labor, by the way, here includes design, engineering, commissioning, and everything in here is included. We are also working on a way by which we are thinking of incorporating the NSCA guidelines, which basically are for the labor guidelines. So we're working on a way by which you should be able to have the NSCA template in here for labor. But right now, this is how it works. Then you have to put in the labor taxes. So let's do a labor tax, labor discount. All right, so what is manufacturer discount? So most of the prices which are there on our platform are MSRP pricing. So if you have the MSRP pricing, so you have the manufacturer discount, which is basically your discount on the pricing you get from the manufacturer, which is the MSRP pricing. But if you upload your price sheets into your account on a business plan, you'll be able to see your dealer pricing in the cost price section instead of the MSRP. Then you will not have to put in the manufacturer discount as it is right now. So let's say I do it right now. Then someone asks, what is markup? So markup is basically your margin on each equipment. What is the margin you want to put before selling to the customer. So let's say I want to put in.
I want to interject. So markups basically, it's different from margin. Markup is certain percentage that you put on your cost price. There's a technical difference between margin and markup.
Right, that's true. So put up my markup, and then let's say I want to put in the equipment tax. If you want to give discount to your customer on the equipment, that's possible. And then you can do a total shipping cost. We're working on a way by which you will put in a percentage amount here by which you can do a percentage on the equipment cost for the shipping. So hit save. So this basically will make the changes across all your items. So that's a short way of working on a list of 100, 200 items. And then after that, you feel that there are certain items which will need more labor, or you want to customize them a bit more. So you can go in and click on the individual item, and you can change the labor percentage or amount based on what you think it should be. Then the scope of work, if you're doing a questionnaire, will automatically be included here. This is totally editable. You can make the changes and edit this. Or if you don't want to send a scope of work, you can just click on delete, and it will not send out a scope of work in the PDF. Then towards the end, this is your review section. So here you can review what's the cost estimate, how much discount you're giving, what's your profit percentage. And yeah, so that's all you can see here. And then you can click on review and submit. So once you do that, it'll pull up a nice checklist for you. So here you can, if you have missed a certain important items like a display mount or a projector mount or a screen, so basically it gives you a nice checklist to make sure that you haven't missed out on something. Then you can just, so there is a way by which you can send out an email directly from our platform. So you can enter the email address of the customer, CC yourself, put in a subject, write in the email which you'd like, and then if you hit save, it will send out an email from on behalf of XTEN-AV to your customer. If you don't want to do that, you can download a PDF. So basically there are two types of PDFs which you can download. So first one is for your end customer. The second one is for you. So it'll, these two PDFs are different. Your PDF will have more information about your margins and your cost price as well. So I click on client PDF. So it should download a PDF for me. And there is one more thing, which is you can put in your terms and conditions in here as well. So you can just copy and paste your terms and conditions in here, and these will also be included in the proposal. All right, so let me just show you how the proposal looks. So nice looking proposal. So I removed the cover letter, I deleted it. So that's why you don't see it here. So we got a feedback. A lot of people said that at Infocom that we need to have different templates. So let's say you don't want to give the entire equipment cost by line item to your customer. You just want to do a lump sum. So we're working on a way to do those kind of customizations, and you can save different templates for that. So so proposal is going to be revamped in a big way, but right now it's pretty workable as well. You know, if you just want to give a salesperson just want to give a quick estimate to the customer, you can do that right away from here. But the proposals are going to get a lot more extensive because we already started working on it. All right, so yeah, so that's the proposal section. And I'm going to pass over to Sahil, and then he will take to the rest of the things which we have in the webinar. which is not a lot. And then we'll take on the questions. There are a lot of questions which have come via chat. So we'll take on the questions once you complete it. So Sahil, over to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Vib. So the next one we have is specification search. So this is kind of like a cherry on top that we provide. So I'll show you what that is. So I'll give an example. So let's just say any kind of equipment, let's just say a ceiling speaker. So I'm thinking like, I know that I want particular spec of ceiling speaker, but I want to see my options, what brands make those speakers and what's their pricing like. So I go here and I select out of all these, let's just say I select ceiling speaker. Brands, let's just say no preference right now. So I give my specs and click. So it's going to pull up a list of all the ceiling speakers matching those specs with their MSRP pricing. Well, it's just a little addition that we did. That, and after that, we'll go towards the user profile section. So user profile, you click on the profile, and it's basically the user's details, the plan they have, their billing details, history of their payments and all that. Then there's user management, which is basically, so if you're on a business plan or hire and logged in as an admin, you will have this option of user management where you can invite users in your organization. So I put in their name and their email, and I can click invite. So I could invite multiple users. So if you have a business plan, you are an admin, you can invite 4 more people. Premium plan, that's a lot more. So you can add as many users in a single go from here. So and that's here's your list of users, current users. You can resend the invite, or you can delete a user. Also, please make sure if you have subscribed to a business plan or planning on doing that, all the people in your organization you want to be part of this platform under one account, make sure they do not do a separate registration from our website. Otherwise, they will have their own account and these two won't be connected. So make sure one person from your organization signs up and upgrades to a business plan and invites other users. So that's that. And the next one, upgrade plan, if you want to upgrade from your current plan. Custom pricing, very important. So like we've mentioned multiple times, that the best way for you to have your pricing embedded in your account is to send it to us. This is how you do it. You go to custom pricing and upload your file here and submit. Once you can submit multiple files, click for final review, and we will get it based on number of line items in your, you can do that in Excel or CSV file. So based on number of line items you have in your file, it could take from 1 to 2 weeks for us to have that uploaded, embedded in your account. Doing this, you make sure that all the products that you use, we will get them on a platform and we will have your pricing. So that's that. And then next one is guided tour. So basically, since we saw the trivia and tutorials earlier, it's basically like how to create project design and all. So it's just to help you out. That and the team collaboration feature. So if you're a business plan or hire, your teammates and you can share projects with each other, and they will appear here under shared with me. This is very important. You actually use it. So I believe that is everything, and we will take
Proposals. Last thing is you could also share proposals with your team members. So you can share projects and proposals. Those are the two things that you could share with your teams or your coworkers.
Right. So Vip, we'll probably take
okay. So
at this point.
Yeah, so I'm going to take over all the questions which we have. We will try and answer all of them as fast as possible. And if something is not answered, you're not satisfied, please feel free to reach out to us, email us at support@xtenav.com. And both me and Sahil, we have access to that email ID, so we see each and every email which has been sent to those to that email ID. So I'm gonna take up the question. So Dan, so one thing which I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unmute all the participants, so all the attendees which are there right now. I'm gonna unmute all of them. So as I take your questions, you can speak at that point of time. And if you have further doubts, we'll take it ahead. So I'm gonna unmute all of you. All right, so first question is from Dan Moran, which says, can the cable schedule separate cables between racks and devices from cables within the racks? Can the BOM be presented without the line item pricing? So the answer to the first question about the cable schedule, not right now, but we're working on ways to customize cable schedule, and we'll take this as a feedback and try and incorporate it. The second question about the BOM be presented without the line item, I hope you saw that in the proposal section. I said that we're working on a way by which we can do custom templates. So you can do a line item wise pricing, or you can do a lump sum pricing. So that's a feature which is 3 to 4 weeks away. Then Gene Wells asked the question, will you eventually be able to provide a RCP drawing for the rooms? Also, will you eventually be able to draw front elevation plan drawing from the mounting heights of the equipment like displays? Yes, Gene, that's what the plan is. We want to do elevation drawing. We want to do RCP. That's in our future roadmap for sure. Why is the markup included in the proposal? Asked by Scott. So I think that question was already answered while you were doing proposals. So markup is basically your on top of your cost price, the margin which you're putting in.
I believe Scott wants to know why it's included. So Scott, it will not be sent to the client like we've showed. Client PDF will not have the markup section.
Yeah. Then Kurt says, you guys have done an incredible job with this product. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate your feedback. Then the next question is, for at the end, I have 2 small slide out credenza racks. How smart is it? Would it know to put some in each rack? Or also, if I had a rack inside a teaching station and main rack in an IDF, would it know how to put stuff in each of the racks and draw it that way? No, Jim, that's not what we do right now. That's a high level of automation, but that's what the vision is. Yes, we need to know all these things. You know, you are the people who are going to drive this software. You keep giving us this feedback. Of course, our priority will be the features which more of the users are asking. And the good thing is that majority of our users are asking for similar things. So we're constantly trying to upgrade and add all those features. But please remember, it's just been less than 3 weeks since we've launched. And we're trying to incorporate as much as possible. We have a team of 20 people already working with us. We have 15 developers. So we have a nice big team which can support you. And we are going to expand much more. Okay, the next question. From Guy, the database is only AV products or also ID, wireless and Ethernet. So right now it's just all commercial AV, but if you will upload your price sheets along with the products which you need, we will put in all those products which you want. It could be ID products as well. And from Nick, the next question is, do you have a public roadmap yet? And where can users see and discuss open issues or feature requests? Okay, so yes, we do have a public roadmap which we're going to publish very soon, probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It will be live on our website. We don't have a public platform right now. like a community where people can discuss their users. It's a really good feedback. All software companies do that. You know, Apple does that, or they have their own community. Microsoft does that. So that's a very good feedback. We will look into it, and we'll definitely try and make a community where all our users can share stuff with each other and try and make lives easier for everyone. Then Jim has another question, which is there a plan to manage different loans for control versus streaming versus Dante versus client corporate LAN? Again, this is right now how we do drawings is we create separate clouds for different types of networks. So right now you have a separate cloud shown as in the drawing for control, separate cloud for Dante, and separate cloud for AVB. I don't know if this is what your question was, but I can connect to you personally.
Wait, I'm not sure if if all the participants are unmuted. I think they're still on mute. Just FYI.
Okay, I did unmute them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's okay. Continue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they are unmuted now. Okay. All right. So the next question is, how do you add labor? That has been answered in the proposal section. Will you be able to import CAD drawings from earlier projects? No, Aaron, we can do that right now. Is there an API to bring CRM data into Salesforce? Yes, that's a very good question. The most important feedback we got from people at Infocom that we have to work on APIs with CRM systems, with ERP systems, and other softwares which people are using. So accounting softwares like QuickBooks. So we have already started work on our APIs, and I see that's 4 to 6 weeks of work, probably a bit more as well. I'm still not clear on the prospect process. So Jim is asking process of growing the library. My company TechFox is a small but growing AV manufacturer. Competitive with Crestron, Extron, are we always going to be on the outside? No, Jim. So we want to have as many products on our platform. Please connect with us. Send us an email on support. We will connect to you. We'll try and incorporate all your products on our platform. Are you planning to maintain usage support on iPad? Great for designing anywhere, anytime. So Jim, you can already use the product on any device. So you can use it on your tablet, which could be an iPad, or you can use it on your phone as well. So it's already working, but we have in roadmap to have our apps as well. So iOS and Android apps. So that's part of the roadmap to do it. But having said that, you can right now just pull up a web browser on an iPad and start using XTEN-AV. How do you recommend setting up a project when the majority of your rack equipment will be in IDF and not within the room? Can you share an example drawing? So Christopher has asked this question. Okay, so we don't do the rack layouts as per the location right now. So the rack layouts are basically, you have to decide the locations. And the rack layouts are editable, so you can make changes to the racks. Okay, so next question is from Todd Lewis. Is there a way to customize proposals, etc., where you don't have to redo them every time? Yes, exactly. This is the feedback which has come from multiple people, and I can assure you that we have already started working on it. We're testing, we're beta testing this feature. It should be out in the next 4 weeks. Okay, next question. What about an option for labor to be for whole design? We don't break out labor per product. Again, this is a feedback which we have got from many of the users. So we are working on a way that you should be able to do labor towards the end and not as per each line item. So you should be able to add in the labor figure towards the end. That's again part of the upgrade for the proposals which you're working on and beta testing it right now. Can you have an option for send as where the email originating from Extend, but it shows it's coming from us? Yes and no. Right now, we actually the email ID is being used is with the XTEN-AV domain, but this is one thing which we want to do, and we're already looking into it, a way by which it should be sent from your name and not from XTEN-AV. What about the wall plates and the floor boxes? So these are passive items. Again, Jim, so we don't do passive items as part of the questionnaire. So you will have to search and add them towards the end of the design. So we do have all these wall plates and floor boxes from various manufacturers. If you don't find them, you can add them as a custom item, and then we will add them towards the end. Can the proposal include cut sheets for all products chosen in the BOM? Yes, we are working on this, and this should happen soon. I think the currency setting could be problematic as MSRP won't hold true. I agree. That's why we want you to have to upload your pricing in your currency, and then we'll make sure that everything that you see is in your local currency instead of the MSRP, instead of the US dollar pricing. I started my trial under my work email before my company brought XTEN. Can my account be brought into my company? Yes, that's possible. Just send us an email on support@xtenav.com and we'll do that. Okay. So we still have 10 more questions. Okay. Okay. Okay, I would love to receive a recording of this webinar. Yes, we're going to send a recording of the webinar to all the participants, and it's gonna, so all the registered users will get an email to download the recording. Seems there's an awful lot of browser tabs. Thought to know where to jump back to tough. Yeah, that's an annoying thing. We've encountered this, but there are so many things which are happening on our platform. The browser tabs are kind of good and bad at the same point of time, because it makes it easy to navigate to different sections. But the best way, the tip is that you close the tabs which you don't need anymore. And it's all about getting used to it. Jim. Maybe a way to put in your own IMAP, POP, Gmail, Outlook, email accounts. Yes, we are looking for that. Bulk cabling from Christopher. Yes, cabling, it has to be added as a separate item. We don't do cabling, so you can search and add your cables in there. Last question, when you're creating a project and it is asking for certain info that you don't need, maybe a matrix or DSP, is there a way to get past the section so you can complete the BOM? Yes, we are looking to add a no button towards in all the sections. So if you don't need a matrix switcher, you can say no. And if you don't need a DSP, you can say no. So we've got this feedback and we're looking to do that. All right, guys. So those were the questions which had come in. Please do us a small favor while you're here. Please give us a feedback. You will see a poll on your screen right now. This was our first time doing the webinar. Next time onwards, we're going to do a lot more detailed webinar, and we will dive deep into each feature. Let's say how to do questionnaires in detail, how to do drawings, editing in detail. So next time, so this webinar was just to give you a brief overview of what's going on. Next webinar, you will soon get an update on when the next webinar, but it will happen very soon. So the next webinars will be all about different features. It will not be about everything. It will be about certain features in the product. Yes, Kurt, we will send you a link for the webinar, for the recording. Alrighty, guys, please give us the feedback. How did we do? We'll try and improve as much as possible. Again, we were doing this for the first time. Thank you so much, whosoever are still there. It's been more than an hour. Appreciate your time and patience. for getting onto this webinar, and we look forward to serve you. Please keep using XTEN-AV. Please keep giving us feedback, and we will try and get better as we progress. Sahil, you have anything to add?
No, I think that'd be it. So yeah, I'm gonna end the poll. Thank you everyone for your voting, and looks very positive.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Sean.
Sean. Thanks, Scott. All right, we'll
All of
see
you guys have
for another webinar.
a great day, guys. Thank you.